Hi everyone, Mr. Peabody here. I just thought I'd share a little bit more about myself and let you know what's going on. So here we have a map of Australia. Okay, so here you've got the east coast and here you've got the west coast. So I live in Western Australia and I live down here where that red dot is in Perth. Now I live here, my ma lives here, and my sister lives here with her family. And my brother lives, well, you have to go to Kalgoorlie, Boulder. So you might have heard of Kalgoorlie, but yeah, it's called Kalgoorlie Boulder because it's Kalgoorlie and Boulder. They're two towns basically right next to each other, so it's called Kalgoorlie Boulder. So you go to Kalgoorlie Boulder and you go north of there and you come to here, which is, I know you can't read that, but it says Leonora. So my brother lives out in the middle of Whoop Whoop. And to drive there from Perth takes about 11 or 12 hours. That's solid driving. No stopping, solid driving. You drive from Perth, you can get to Leonora in about 11 or 12 hours. Right, so it gives you an idea how long it takes to go across Australia. It takes about 3 or 4 days of solid driving. Okay? Now my ma, in her camper van, by herself, has done this trip several times. So she's left Perth, she's driven all across Australia, all the way across, and then she gets to New South Wales and she turns north, because at the time my sister was living in Brisbane. And so she drove all the way across in her camper van with her cat and a picture of my dog, and she went to Brisbane, and then she drove all the way back. And she did this trip several times. Not just once, not just twice, but she went back and forwards several times. And I'm telling you, that is a hell of a drive for anybody to make, and especially by themselves, alone. I wouldn't do it. I would not do it. But my ma did it. And I've just got to tell you, I'm bursting full of pride. I always have been. But my ma did that. Anyway, so, and if you want to know, I'm over here in Perth. If you want to know where Lethal is, Lethal's over here. He's in Adelaide. So, yeah, what happens is the weather comes in from this direction. I'm not sure that's showing. It comes in from the west, right? And the weather travels from here, and it travels across, and then gets to the eastern states, right? But on the way through, it picks up a bit of heat and a bit of turbulence. Because it's pretty hot in here. So by the time it gets to poor Lethal, it's fairly warm. And then it hits the eastern states, and they're all whingers, so I'm not worried about them. They all whinge. It's like, oh my god, it's 35 degrees. Oh, go blow yourself. 35 degrees is nothing. I'm still wearing a jumper. Anyway. So I just thought I'd just share that with you. And if you want to know where Darwin is, Darwin's up the top here. So here you got Queensland, the Northern Territory. Western Australia is that big chunk of yellow. South Australia is the pink bit, and you got Victoria, and then you got New South Wales. And then of course at the bottom, which I don't think it really counts, is Tasmania. But anyway, just thought I'd share that with you, and that's Australia. See ya.